Hello friends, so I'm here with another video. Today I want to talk about my salon experience. So I got my hair straightened yesterday for the first time in maybe 3 years. Yeah, for the first time in over 3 years. And I have a few things I want to say about it. So before I get into the video, this is my hair. It was silky smooth, straight. I went into the salon at 3 p.m. On Monday. We got done at 8:30 Monday evening, so that was 5.5 hours, and it's 4 p.m. Tuesday, and my hair has already poofed off. It doesn't look like a flat iron anymore. It looks like a blowout. So people ask me why I don't get my hair straightened, and this is the reason why. Because I got it straightened for my graduation in May 2012. I got it straightened the day before, and I didn't even have bone straight hair for my graduation, and that was the reason I straightened my hair. So since then I attempted to straighten my hair for my grad school graduation in 2014, May 2014, but after 2 hours she was nowhere done. So I was like, I can't do this, like this is gonna take another week, so no joke. So I left, and then that's it. I haven't straightened my hair again until now. So this is my hair. As you can see, I'm barely brush sharp length. And before I went into the salon, but I know I needed a trim, so I was expecting to be about mid back length, or at least past brush sharp. Or I was expecting to be at least at the bottom of my bra. Number one, it's been one of the best salon experiences I've had. And even that was, I didn't think it was a good experience, but with my experience at salons, I think it was one of the best I've had. It was a Dominican hair salon. The first thing I'd like to say is that when I walked in, I didn't get stares. Usually when I walk into a salon, people give me stares like, we don't want to do your hair, don't come in here, you know, things like, like nobody has seen me, I don't get a welcome. And I mean, I've gotten used to it. It used to make me very sad when I would go into some salons, and some people would tell me straight up, we can't do your hair, and then I'll just walk out. And then some people would also not tell me they couldn't do my hair, but then they would put everyone ahead of me. So they'll be like, your hair would take long, this will take long. Then even though I was there before someone else, they'll put them ahead of me, and so I'd be at the salon forever. And then no stylist wanted to take me. When if it was my turn, they'll pick someone who came after me so that they wouldn't have to do me, because it takes the time they would do my hair, they could do 3-4 people's hair. So nobody really wanted to do my hair, but I didn't have that experience here, and I learned my lesson. When I was going in, I braided my hair, so they couldn't really tell the amount of hair I had. So she was like, sure. I was like, can you do my hair? She was like, sure, we can do your hair. She was $25 and up for blow dry and set, depending on the length, thickness of your hair. And it cannot be more than 45, which is really not a bad deal compared to the amount I've paid in the past for really bad service. So anyway, I unbraided my hair. She was like, oh my god, this is so much hair. But she was really nice. The girl who washed my hair, she was really nice. She was like, yeah, this is probably going to be the highest 45. I was like, okay. So she washed my hair. The first thing I'd like to say about that is that my scalp still hurts because she had on these long nails and she kept scratching me. I know as a hairstylist, you shouldn't have nails like acrylic, the fake nails women put on. I don't know what they are calling them these days, acrylic gel. But she had on these long nails and she was just going into my scalp, and it was really painful. That was the first thing. The second thing was that she was trying to comb my hair. So I don't know why she was trying to comb my hair with a rat tail comb. And I was like, this isn't going to work, but I guess that's what they do, and that's what gets all the knots and tangles out, and that's what they know works. That's what gives them their silky smooth hair. So she wasn't trying to hear, and I'm not a very confrontational person. I should be more confrontational. I should be more, not confrontational, but I should be more outspoken about my opinion. I know I'm working on that. But I didn't really say anything about it, but I knew she was hurting my hair. But I could hear it. My hair was ripping out the whole time, and immediately at that point I had said to myself, I'm probably not ever going to a salon again unless I get one of these like natural hair salons like Too Groovy with Robin in Atlanta, but I don't live there. You know, there are a couple of other natural hairs. There's this guy Shamayel or something in California. Then so unless I get a really good professional natural hair stylist, I don't think I'm ever going to a stylist again, because my hair was ripping out. I could hear it ripping out. The sink was full of hair, and my heart was just, I was so sad. Not even about the length, like I still have so much hair left, but I was thinking about how much I have wanted to rip out my hair when I'm doing it. So many times I've wanted to rip it out. So many times I've wanted to put a scissors through it. So many times I've wanted to put a relaxer through it, because my hair is just, I don't know how to explain it to you, but my hair is just the worst kind of hair in terms of management that anyone can have. Like I can take a portion of my hair, detangle it, like spend a good amount of time, finger detangle, then comb it, then brush it, like make sure it's detangled, spend a good 15 minutes on a little piece of hair. I can't detangle my hair in 4 sections because I can't. I need to section it in about 8 sections. So I'll take all this time, detangle my hair, right? And then put it in tie it up, maybe braid it or twist it, and then tie the end so that it doesn't detangle. 5 minutes later, I untwist that twist I had, and then there are tangles in it. I'm like, where did tangles come from? I just detangled it and put it in a twist. It's been 5 minutes. Where the tangles come from? So my hair is, I know it's unruly, and that's why I wasn't too hard on hair, because I know how hard my hair is. And if you are not me and you don't love me as much as I love me, or there are 2 people that tries to do my hair under the sun, me and my older sister, have to have a certain amount of love for me and a certain level of patience. And so when she wasn't trying to take her time, I kind of understood, because my hair is just crazy. And inside I was telling myself, you know, my hair has gotten really long and it takes me so long to do my hair. Every time it's wash day, it takes me so long to do my hair. So when she was ripping out my hair, I was like, you know, a little less hair wouldn't be the worst thing, because I get so tired on wash day. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. So she went through my whole hair, ripped out my hair, detangled it, and then she put it all together. Like she did this and put it together and put a shower cap on it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because even when I put it in 8 twists, it tangles again. And you put it in one thing, she didn't even do, I don't know what she did. She did this and then put a clip on it. And then, so I went into the dryer. I came back out after the deep conditioner. She rinsed me out. Of course, my hair was detangled again. So we went into the roller set chair, and she spent maybe another hour trying to detangle my hair and get it in a roller set. Of course, that meant I was losing so much more hair, because she was just she was just going in on the hair. So I was losing so, and I mean, by no means giving them a bad review. She was so nice, and I don't know if I can expect more from her. Maybe I should, because I paid good money for it. In the end, I ended up paying $60. So maybe I should have expected more from her, but I know I know my hair, so I wasn't trying to be unreasonable. You know, I wasn't expecting her to take it to the small sections and finger detangle like I do and then go through with a wide tooth comb. So she finally got done. At this point, they had put one girl ahead of me, because the time that she was washing and detangling my hair, I guess she got tired. So she left me and went to wash another girl, roller set her hair and put her under the dryer. So at this point, they had already put one person before me, which is nothing compared to what I go through when I go to salons. So she finally got done roller setting my hair. She put me in the dryer. So I finally got done. So one person in their salon washes and conditions and roller sets your hair. Then another person does the blow dry and flat iron. I waited a bit. I waited for a good 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then she was like, okay, I should come. And then when I went to sit in front of her, she took one look at my hair. She touched it and she was like, you know, dry. I've been sitting there for 20 minutes. Why didn't you check why didn't someone check? Maybe I should have asked for someone to check whether my hair is dry. Because while they were doing the person they had put ahead of me, I could have still been in the dryer. So I was sitting there for 15-20 minutes waiting, and then I go and sit down and she tells me dry. And I mean, my hair there was a little damp. It was a little not dry. It was almost fully dry. Okay, my hair was crisp. Just some parts were a little softer. And we were now about to begin the blow dry session. So if it's not as dry as you want it, I don't see the problem with drying it because you're going to blow dry it anyway, I personally feel they just wanted to put another person in front of me because the person after me didn't have as much hair, and she felt like let's get as much people out of the salon as possible. So she gave me this lame excuse to go back under the dryer. She was like 10 minutes. When she timed, she's like, I'll put the timer. When you come, I'll stop doing her hair. You sit. No, I was in the dryer until she finished doing the girl's hair, did another girl's hair. So at this point, they've put 3 people before me, and I was like, these people didn't have much hair, and the salon closes at 7. But if you are in there by 6:30, they'll take you. So at this point, it was getting late, and I was holding them back because they were spending so much time on me that they were backlogged. So even though I was upset, I was like, this is not fair. But at the same time, I'm trying to practice patience. I was like, be patient. If I had little hair and I could be done in 15-20 minutes, and someone whose hair was going to take 2 hours, I would want them to put me ahead of it. I was just trying to calm myself down because I can get very angry inside, but I am not a very vocal person. So all that anger hits no one but myself when I'm angry, because I'll be angry and I can't say anything because I just like outward peace. I'm just all about world peace. Yeah, you sit in her chair, and then she started the blow drying process, and oh my goodness, my heart was ripping out, and she was putting this tiny comb in my hair and stretching and blow drying, and my hair, like the whole floor, there was hair everywhere. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're ripping out my hair. And she was like, any hair that's coming out is dead hair. That's why it's coming out. If it's strong hair, deeply rooted in your scalp, it won't come out no matter what I do to it. It's just like anything coming out is dead hair. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I was dying. I was close to tears, and I cry very easily. So I just have easy tears. Like I feel like my tear ducts are closer to the surface than normal people. But I didn't cry. She got done. It was late. I couldn't do anything with it. So I asked her to take. At this point, I hadn't seen my hair. All I could see was my hair on the floor. I hadn't seen my hair on my scalp. So she got done. I was like, "Can you wrap it for me? Because we don't know how to wrap my hair. I don't know how to do anything with straight hair." I asked her to take a picture for me so that I could see, because the mirror was really high and she was a really short person. So in order to get to my hair, I had to be really low. So this whole time, I hadn't seen my hair. Oh, and I was like, can you give me a trim? And another thing is that she could barely speak English. The girl who washed my hair, fluent in English. The girl who was doing the blow dry and flat iron could not speak English. I was like, trim. Like, I was trying to tell her that cut just a little. She's like, yeah, trim. She understood that much, that, trim. So she trimmed my hair, and then afterwards I asked her to take some pictures for me, and then she took the pictures and I was like, oh my god, like I'm barely bra strapped, like I'm between armpit and bra strap. I almost died, like I almost cried. And I always watch these videos of these girls who have setbacks and they're so sad and they're crying, and I always find it funny. I was like, oh my god, she's about to cry because she had a setback. And then all of a sudden I understood them. My sadness was from the fact that I felt like all my hard work had gone to waste. Like, my hair is so much work, and to think that I could have taken a scissors to cut it myself so that I didn't have to do all that work. I could have put a relaxer in to make it more manageable, a texturizer. I could have neglected my hair, I could have done all this crap to it myself. But no, I worked so hard on my hair. and she just set me back a whole 2 3 years. This, I probably had this much hair by maybe 2013. I want to say even by the end of 2013 I had, because when I went to straighten my hair for my graduation, my grad school graduation, I have pictures. Even though she didn't get through the whole hair, she got through the bottom part, and I was still past the lower line of my brow. So I was full brush strap length then. I assumed that if she had gone through the hair and we had got a trim, then I would still be brush strap, but maybe not at the bottom of my brow, maybe middle or top of my brow. So if you think about the fact that this is shorter than where I was, this is October 2015. It's shorter than where I was. I did grad school graduation in May 2013. Wait, when did I graduate? Was it 2014 or 20? I think I graduated in 2014. I don't remember. Yeah, undergrad 2012, grad school 2014. So to think that in May 2014 I had more hair than I do now in October 2015, it just makes me really sad and upset. But it's still a lot of hair. And another thing is that I'm really worried about reversion, because she used so much heat. She was trying to achieve the look they get with all the appliance, and it wasn't happening. And this is the straightest I've ever got my hair. Just telling myself it's not worth it. The time, 5.5 hours, the pain, because she was just, and my head was hurting, my neck was hurting, the pain, the treatment, the treatment I get for, people not wanting to do my hair, the stairs, putting people ahead of me, spending all that time. And then the stress, like when she was doing it all the time, I was just so, because she was ripping out my hair and my heart, like the stress. And then when she got done, the stress. And then when she was putting heat on it, the stress. And then now having straight hair, the stress, to waiting for when I wash it to see whether my hair reverts. And for me, it's just not worth it. And so I probably won't straighten my hair for a really long time until I get peer pressured again. Because this was everybody telling me, go straighten your hair will look so beautiful. Oh, when did you last see your hair straight? And everybody got into my head, and I went to do it. And so I don't know when again I'll do it, but it won't be anytime soon. So that was my salon visit, my salon experience. I really just wanted to tell you guys, all my 700 loyal subscribers. So yeah, that's it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.